Let's make this your best year yet. Let's make our vision boards. So all you're gonna need is Pinterest or your favorite search engine for the inspo photos, as well as software to create it. I personally like to use Adobe Illustrator, but more user-friendly option is Canva, which I actually have a template for if you want to make it even easier on Etsy for less than $1.50. So I'll link that in the description box below as well. Now let's hop into the why for a little bit. I've been making vision boards for the last 3 years, and I must say that it's now a favorite tradition of mine in the new year. The beginning of the year is all about reflection and planning and really getting your mind right for the year that you want to build ahead of you. But the best way to do that, or a good thing to do in part of that plan, is to actually set out your vision. And part of this, for especially those of us who are more visual, can be literally a vision board. I like to do mine in a collage style. You don't have to do yours that way. You can also do it in a way that's just more blatant, or just words, or even when you're blatant, meaning you have the photo of the dream and the words right underneath. I do mine where I set 4 themes of the year, and I also plan out, okay, how are these themes going to blend interchangeably? And then I actually go in and find photos on Pinterest for inspiration of what that's going to look like in my life. Before we start making our 2026 vision, I'll give you an example of how I did it in 2024 or 2025. So now pulled up my 2025 vision board. What my themes were was wealth, build, wellness, and joy. Now, also a caveat, just because you make the vision board doesn't mean that all of these things are necessarily going to come true or into fruition. And oftentimes they might not actually look exactly how you imagined it, but they still might be present in your life. Many of you guys tuned into my YouTube shorts where I was comparing this vision board to my actual life, and a lot of the things did come true, but not every single thing did. Also, some of the things that came true didn't come true how I expected, and I'll explain that a little bit later. It's just beautiful when you're able to see like your vision coming to life, even if it wasn't exactly how you planned it out. So 2025 vision board, 4 corners. Going into the top one, which was wealth, I wanted to start making more money. I also wanted to start investing, but you can see in the corner I have photos of like 2 girls holding hearts. I didn't just mean money. I also meant richness in terms of a fullness of my life, community support, etc. And then I also fizzled that into the word build, which I meant building the life of my dreams, building that foundation. So while I do have some nice houses on there, that I was hoping maybe we might be in, which we're not quite yet, but we're definitely still building our life there. I also have an engagement ring because I wanted to get engaged this year. I want to build a solid foundation with my fiance. I also wanted to build a better platform on social media, as I've been wanting to get into the creator industry. So you also see some PR, you see 10K follower balloons, you see a girl with some beautiful long hair. I wanted to grow out my hair a little bit more, kind of transitioning into building the life of my dreams, building community, building my faith in Christ, building joy, self-love. That's kind of what the joy meant for me. It really meant that inner joy, that inner contentment with God. And then that kind of segues nicely into wellness, my last one, because if you have inner peace, you're also taking care of yourself. So just a better life, more self-care, more spa treatments, eating healthier, stretching, like you can see all of that on there. And then that also transitions back into wealth, really developing that richness in your life, that calmness, that peace. So that's kind of the central theme of 2025, and that's how I built out my mood board. Not every single thing, again, came exactly to fruition, but some of the things came out in a cool way. For instance, in the vision board versus reality video, I have like the PR packages that I was wanting to do. I wanted to get more into this beauty creator industry, but with my actual full-time job, I got the opportunity to go to Ulta Beauty World, and I got a ton of free beauty products. So it wasn't necessarily PR, so to speak, but I still got the same opportunity of getting free products to create content with, and share how I feel about them. So sometimes it might not come exactly how you think, but it will come. And that's like why it's important to set the vision, set the tone for the year. And we're gonna hop into now doing it for 2026. So how I like to do mine You're gonna do it on Illustrator. I'm gonna just go ahead and copy over the vision board I had from last year to this year and just make some edits. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is change the colors and the fonts. I actually change those every year. So like you can see my 2025 mood board might have looked like this last year, but my 2024 mood board looked like this the year before, and the 2023 one looked like that 2 years ago or 3 years ago now, because the color, the fonts, that's all based off of the vision and the energy that I'm sensing for that year and the tone I want to set. So like last year was Mocha Mousse, that was the Pantone color of the year. I thought that color was warm, building that foundation in the dirt, but it was also like super rich, because when I think of like richness, I think of chocolate. Moving into this year though, setting the tone for it though, I want it to be a fun but boring year. Boring on the side of consistency. I want to be consistent with things like, for instance, my skincare routine. I'm not going to go into all of the details of my year because again, this is my vision. I'm going to hold it tight, but at the end of the year, we can check back in about it. But just for a little sneak peek, a little inspo for where I'm heading with this one, I'm going to be dabbling into the fun side, and I want to dabble in the boring. I really want to tap into those little habits. I read this book called Atomic Habits by James Clear 2 years ago. That's what I want my year to look like on that side of things. Just really cementing those habits to make sure that I can be a high functioning, high capability individual and really reach my full potential, because my skin looks good, but it can look great because I'm being lazy sometimes and not doing my skincare at night and just doing it in the morning. So those are the things I want to fix and really lean into the boring every day. This is my routine. This is the cycle that I'm going into to really cement the things. But for fun, I want life to just glow again. Like I said, I was trying to build the foundation of joy last year, and I think that I did, and I'm ready to kind of jump into it full swing. This year, I really want to start some hobbies, maybe like feel like life is just fun again, because I think I'm guilty of this. And I know probably some of you guys are too. I just doom scroll sometimes. I'm on my phone too much and it makes things feel a little dull. So I want to get back into like life being light, my inner child having a good time, just having fun, being with people I love, surrounded by community, just fun, light. And then also this year, a big milestone will be that I'm getting married. My vision board worked last year, y'all. I got my ring. And so this year I'm going to be getting married. So when it comes now, I'm looking at like colors, fonts, feels. It's definitely gonna be a soft girl year. I'm trying to be my bridal era. I also want to be having fun, my inner child. And then I also want to be very consistent in a routine at a pace. So all of that is just really giving soft girl year. So the first thing I'm gonna do is switch the color. I'm thinking of cream because of that theme we're on. And then I'm going to switch this font. So I'm looking around for some fonts that are giving that softness that I want, elegant, delicate. So I think I found the font I want to do. I lost it that fast. Okay, so it's going to be this argent. I need to pick a color for this though. I'm thinking I'm going to play around with a blue. Ooh, that's cute. Just thinking of it like a hydrangea light. This is my year. It's gonna be very soft, very cutesy. And again, this is my old board. I'm just trying to at least get this preliminary down. I'm going to move this because I actually want to play around with the pink too. Let's see what we like better. Ooh, that's kind of cute. Y'all let me know in the comments which one I should do, this pink or this blue. I think this is they're both really girly and cute. So I'm not mad at either one. So now that we've done this part, we're gonna figure out your 4 pillars. Again, just to give you hints towards mine. I'm not gonna share too much just yet. But I'm gonna come up with 4 pillars for this year and come up with the colors, or not the colors, then come up with the photos that I want to represent those on Pinterest. So to start with my 4 pillars, again, I'm going to be basing it off of inner child, fun, dynamic, life freeing, but also focused and locked in. We're going to be very consistent, routined, and also going to be engaged in our soft girl era, peaceful. I'm going to come up with 4 words from that. I'm going to do a little brainstorming there. So I would encourage you to come up with a few themes for your year. It could be 2, it could be like 10 if you're that type of person. But I wouldn't do more than like 10 for sure, just so that you can stay focused. I really feel like 4 is the sweet spot. four corners, just pillars. It's really great that way. So I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna start pulling my photos off Pinterest, and then I'll share with you guys the final results. All right, here's my final vision board for 2026. I have, when I have it zoomed out for you guys for 2026, I have the desktop version and the phone version. Again, I need y'all's help on picking the colors, the blue or the pink, but otherwise it's solidified. You can see it from afar. Can't see too much, but we'll tap back in on it at the end of the year. I hope that this helps to inspire you on how you might want to do your vision board planning and really getting your mind right and setting the tone for 2026. It's going to be a great year. Let's make it a great year. Let's really focus on ourselves and give ourselves the life of our dreams. And so until next time, let me know in the comments how your vision board came out, how it's going. Again, if you need a template, I have one in the link below. Make sure to like this video, subscribe for more beauty, lifestyle, manifestation, natural hair, all of the above, or just to be a part of the community. Love you guys and hope to see you next time.